Welcome to Casa de Confidence, a podcast for you. You'll hear some incredible women
and some awesome, cool dudes
going confidently in the direction of their dreams and living in the purpose of their heart.
You're our host,
Julie DeLucca-Collins, and you are our sidekick. # handsome hot husband.
That again.
And the producer of the show.
That I am.
I am an author, speaker, coach, dreamer, and most of all,
we help people go in the direction of their dreams
and support them on their purpose. So pull up a chair,
grab a drink,
and make yourself at home because our casa
is your casa. It's an honor to have you here listening to Casa de Confidence. My name's Dan.
And I'm Julie.
And we're here on our normal Sunday. Sunday.
Sunday fun day. So it's beautiful New England weather outside.
It is gorgeous outside.
I want to go get my outside on because did you see how I power washed the steps?
I didn't look down.
Oh, well, you should because it's amazing.
You know what? I like having a handy, wonderful woman around here. Not that, being a woman's a prerequisite or a non-prerequisite for being handy. Wait a minute. What am I saying here? I'm trying not to get in trouble.
Well, we're getting off track because today we said it's a quick episode, and
yes, we got a quickie for you today. I felt
very, very compelled to be able to, number one, share this episode because it's an episode that I recorded for my new podcast. It's a daily podcast that I launched, and I feel so excited about this project because a lot of times we have women and some cool dudes that come and say, oh, podcasting is hard. And I get it. Podcasting can be daunting. I know that I wanted to start a podcast for many years, and it wasn't until you said, hey, I'll do the tech, you do the talking, that we got together to do Casa de Confidence. But I wanted to prove that it's possible to launch a podcast and do it imperfectly, do it quick, but also to grow an audience from this podcast. So It was a brave move in my part, and that's where the name came from. The name of the podcast is called Brave Moves, and it's a daily podcast, and I've committed to releasing 365 episodes, and then we'll see where we go from there.
And she's doing it without me.
That's right. I'm doing it without Dan, and what I am doing is I'm learning how to be a full service podcast for myself. I'm doing the show notes, I'm doing the planning, and what I'm doing also is I'm going to teach my clients the process, right, of how do you intentionally create content that serves, but that also gives you the visibility for others to come and become part of your audience and grow your brand from that. So I started I am in episode, I've been recording a lot and batching my content, which is the other thing that we teach our clients is to batch content. And so far, with today's episode of November 2nd, I am up to 21 episodes, Daniel.
Wow, that's amazing. One a day, huh?
One a day. And
great job.
When I'm talking about,
they're short episodes.
Little 5, maybe 7 minutes. 9 minutes, 7 minutes.
Something like that.
Tops.
They're under 10 minutes, yeah.
And what I really wanted to create is something so, for instance, most of you, like me, at times, we know that we shouldn't be reaching for our phone when we first get up. But I am hoping that perhaps if you reach for your phone, rather than scrolling and going down that endless scroll that then begins to make us feel bad right away, that we can jump in and have something that inspires us, also gives us a really quick actionable that we can do and take forward.
Cool. So today we're going to share an episode of Brave Moves.
That's right. And it's an episode that I felt very strongly that I wanted to release because we are in the process of, a lot of people probably are waking up hungry. And this episode is called Empathy in Action. And I think that as confident individuals, we often think that confidence is about who we are and what we do. but ultimately is really our superpower to be confident. But by having so many different areas of our life be the areas that we allow to challenge ourselves in. We have to be okay with being in discomfort. And how does this relate to hunger? Well, you're going to have to tune into the episode.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and put this episode on the record player. I'm going to put it in here just as Julie records and edits it herself.
That's right. Go me.
Yes. So I'm not going to do any special sound stuff to make it like match up to this episode. So you see exactly what you're getting in for. I mean, that's just me talking techie stuff. That's not the point of Brave Moves. The point of Brave Moves is getting it done for yourself. Yeah. Getting it out there, getting your word out there, and having, quick messages for people to digest, not an hour long like our format here. And this is just a little different. And I'm really enjoying it.
I'm so glad that you're enjoying it. And I have to tell you, it's been growing. It's watching like a little plant grow. You plant a seed, and the people who are listening are giving me such great feedback. So, and I appreciate if you have been listening and coming along in this journey with me, I'm so appreciative. Today, this episode really is close to my heart, and I hope that you listen because as Casa de Confidence Productions and Go Confidently Services, one of the things that we are really committed to is helping to change the world with positive messages, with things that maybe make you go, I didn't think of it that way. And I am hoping that we can challenge the status quo. I am so grateful that I have this platform, but I'm more grateful for the community that I'm surrounded with you who are listening, who are coming alongside and creating that ripple effect on the lives of others through the things that you learn and incorporate into your life. And I know that I am not the guru. I am just the conduit for the things that I've learned. I'm sharing with you.
You're the conduit?
Well, that's the word that came to mind. I must be married to an electrical engineer person. Anyway, all right, Daniel, let's go.
All right. So here's Julie with a message on empathy.
Hi, friend. Welcome back to another episode of Brave Moves. Before we dive in, I just want to say thank you to everyone who listened to the last 7 episode series, which was a mini series called Brave Moves. Funny name. And we're talking about from overthinking it to overcoming it. So if you didn't get a chance to listen, I would love you to go back and check out those episodes because those episodes will help you build confidence, clarity, and momentum, one small brave move at a time. Today, I want to shift gears just a little bit, if you would indulge me. And I want to talk about something that's been sitting in my heart. We are starting a brand new month, November. Hard to believe that 2025 is starting to wind down. And what has been weighing on my heart as we move into November is the topic of empathy, judgment, and what happens when we stop seeing each other as human beings. We're in a season where things feel really heavy. There's a government shutdown here in the United States, and it's affecting millions of Americans. In addition to many people around the world still going through horrendous, difficult times. Now, here in the States, over 42 million people are going to be losing access to food assistance through the SNAP benefits that are in place. And that's not just a number. Those are real families, kids, parents, neighbors, friends. And something I saw online the other day stopped me in my tracks. Here's the story. I was scrolling Instagram and I happened to be following a coffee shop here in Connecticut that is a Gilmore Girl, a kind of coffee shop. So of course I've been drawn to them. But they made a post saying that if anyone wanted or needed food, anybody who was losing their benefits and need of food, they can come stop by and no questions asked. They could get a free meal. And it warmed my heart. Now, this post was a carousel. And I went to the next picture, and it was actually a screenshot. And in that second screenshot, the message to the coffee shop was, well, nice for you that you are going to be helping people who are losing their SNAP benefits. However, what about me? I work 80 hours a week. And I thought, okay, well, what is this about? And then as I read the caption, I realized that the person sending the message was angry that the coffee shop owner was going to be providing free meals to the people who had lost their benefits. And I think, right now we are going to see a lot of that. In that moment when I saw the post, it made me pause, because this is exactly what happens when compassion collides with comparison. And I've talked about comparisonitis being the thing that robs you of so much happiness and peace. But here's the truth. When we make assumptions about who is deserving of help, we start to lose empathy. Somewhere along the line, we begin labeling people in need, calling them lazy, unemployed, or undeserving. But that couldn't be further from the truth many times, most of the times. Many of the people receiving SNAP benefits do work, often multiple jobs. They're veterans, people who served our country, who put their lives at stake so that we can live here free. They're senior citizens who work their entire lives and maybe don't have families, and now are relying for those few dollars to purchase their meals. Maybe these are parents who are trying to make ends meet while they pay the high cost of childcare. And I remember when I taught preschool, it wasn't cheap to bring your child to childcare. However, if you needed to work, you needed to have someone watch your children. And cost of childcare these days are skyrocketing. They're so high. And of course, their rent. Rent is not something that is inexpensive. But I want to bring us back to humanity. We are human beings, and those people losing their benefits are human beings facing tough times. And they're not just a statistic to be judged. Empathy, my friend, doesn't mean that we're weak. It's not saying poor them. It's saying, I see you. I may not fully understand, but I care enough to listen. And this applies to all of us. How many times have we hit a rough patch or are struggling with something, and what has made a difference is actually somebody seeing us, somebody seeing, I see you, as opposed to feeling sorry for ourselves. I want you to think about choosing compassion over judgment. It means asking, how can I help? Instead of saying, why should I help? And it means remembering that any one of us could be in a position to need help tomorrow. One job loss, one medical bill, an unexpected turn of events could really change everything. I know so many times, if you've listened to the Casa de Confidence podcast, my other podcast, I've talked about Father Fetcher, who was an influential person in my life, who passed away at the end of summer. I know that when my mom lost her job, that was really one of the things that helped us, the empathy that the church and he had to help us in these difficult situations. So the lesson that I want us to keep in mind is when we assume, we are closing our hearts. When we judge, we are disconnecting from our humanity. But when we choose empathy, especially when it's uncomfortable, we are going to grow stronger, because confident people don't compete for worth. They create space for others to rise. So here's your brave move for today, my friend. Do one act of empathy. It could be donating to a local food pantry, buying groceries for a family in need, or simply listening to somebody else's story without trying to fix it. Empathy doesn't change them. It changes you. And if this message resonated with you and you want to lead with more compassion, confidence, and calm, let's talk. We can create a community of brave movers, individuals who are stepping up despite their fears and discomfort and creating a difference in the life of others. So together, we can be rooted in courage, clarity, and care. And if you're looking to step into that brave move and you're not sure where to start, feel free to connect with me. Feel free to share this episode. And of course, it would help us create this movement if you subscribed and leave us a review, because someone else may need to hear this story. And if you are tuning in, I thank you. This is something that we can do together, my friend. And don't forget, go confidently in the direction of your dreams, because empathy, and remember this, empathy isn't a weakness. It's your superpower. And every time you choose to care, you make the world and yourself a little braver.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that sampling of Brave Moves with Julie DeLucca-Collins. Don't forget to tune in to Brave Moves.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode. And I hope that you take the time to tune in any of the platforms. And please help us share and give us a review, because it means the world to me.
And go confidently in the direction of your dreams.
Hey, that's my line.
Hi, everybody. I know that sometimes we get very lonely in this entrepreneur journey, and I want to invite you to join us into our limited time only Purposeful You Mastermind. For many of us entrepreneurs, we believe that we can do it all, but the reality is that doing it alone only creates a lot of overwhelm. So join us at the Purposeful You Mastermind. You can find out more information by going to bit.ly/Julie's Mastermind. This is going to be the place where you are able to then unlock your full potential and achieve long-term success for your business. Push you behind your current limits, expand your connections, discover new ideas, and implement them with confidence. You're going to get the support in all aspects and transforming you to the six-figure business you've been looking for. Pause and get off the hamster wheel if you've been spinning around. This is a time where you can get that support from like-minded entrepreneurs that are here to join you in your journey. Together, we can challenge the assumptions and land the speaking engagements and opportunities we want to grow our business and make an impact in the lives of people. See you then. Remember, you can find the mastermind at bit.ly, Julie's Mastermind.